Hey everybody, this is the Bad Girls Club Atlanta reunion part 2 and 3. Sorry I missed last week. There's just so much stuff going on over here and I've been so busy, so I didn't get a chance to record it, but here it is anyway. The second thing I'm going to mention is, sorry my hair is all sorts of frizzy. It is like humid as fuck in Texas right now. But let's get started on that reunion. It starts off where it left off. Tanisha is trying to convince Valentina to go back on the stage and tell her story that people want to hear and shit like that. And it's just pretty much going nowhere. They decide to just bring in a medic because Valentina looks like she's about to have a fucking heart attack. Tanisha goes back out and just sits down, and they just gonna go, the show has to go on, you know. They bring out Alicia in her fucking dirty ass tampon colored hair, and she has her sneakers with her. She changes into her sneakers. Oh, before she sits down, Nancy's like, I don't want this bitch next to me and stuff like that. And they don't really explain that until much, much later. But Nancy eventually moves. Alicia puts on her sneakers and she's all upset because Valentina got jumped or whatever. And I don't care really. Honestly, what the fuck do you think was going to happen? You think everything was just going to be fucking tea and cupcakes? No. This is a reunion. Shit is going to get served. Anyways, Tanisha starts talking about she's not talking about, she's asking the girls what their experience was like. And they're talking about how hard it was. Honestly, in my opinion, you're in a fucking mansion, ladies. You're pretty much on a vacation for 2 months straight. Regardless, there's other bitches out there that you don't like or that you don't clash with. I mean, I understand, I get the point of the title of the show, but just enjoy yourselves at least. I mean, don't say it's a hard experience. Get the fuck over it. I would be milking it, personally. I'd be enjoying it until shit went down when it came to me. Other than that, I'm not gonna let that shit fucking bother me. I'm gonna be sitting by the pool, getting drunk, and looking at the view. That's just me though. By the way, it kind of looked like Nancy had like lipstick on her teeth. Red lipstick does not suit her. It would have been better with like a nude or maybe kind of like a golden shimmery thing going on, you know what I mean? But red lipstick is not good for her. Anyways, moving on. Then it goes to Nancy and Stephanie's little hookup or whatever, and how Andre didn't know. My God, Stephanie, you're such a pretty girl. And Nancy is not that pretty. Sorry, but she's not. I don't know who's doing this girl's hair, but it's just not working for her. She needs to like get extensions or some shit, get a small fringe, not a fucking, like, it's like an outgrown Beatles haircut in my opinion. That's what it looked like to me. But anyways, Andre didn't know, and he's just like, next time just let me join in on it. And Tanisha's like, there's so much anger going on, like I want some love, I want to see y'all kiss, and they're just like, no. They eventually give, well, not a little, but a lot. Ugh. Let's get back to the drama, shall we? They eventually bring out Shamrock again. Shannon is like talking all sorts of shit. It feels like her bark is like worse than her actual bite. But you know what? Like, half of the shit that's coming out of her mouth is annoying, but it's all true. And it's unfortunate that they had to sit with the audience, you know, because they kept starting so much shit. Right away, Tanisha just asks about like the whole bum rush on Valentina and shit, how she didn't approve of it, but she approves that Shannon's actually sticking up for herself for once, you know. But Shannon does this whole fucking speech. It gets fucking serious, and I agree with every single word out of her mouth. There's a lot of things that I don't like about Shannon, but you know what? Everything that she does and stands for is fucking legit, and I couldn't love her more for it, you know. It's just, I don't know, I guess I've never seen somebody that passionate about it, you know, bullying and stuff, so it's a nice thing. Tanisha turns toward Alicia, is like, well, what do you think of Shamrock? And she's just like, honestly, you two together are really marketable. Oh my God, bitch, shut the fuck up. Calm down. My God, you sounded so serious. But then the tension goes back to Paula and Shannon, and about how Paula and Shannon got into that fight, and then the next day Paula apologized because she wanted to, like, she was actually being sincere about it, that it was fucked up, that it shouldn't happen in the first place, that she's not a violent person, and then it just happened, you know. Well, not just happened, it happened for a reason, but we all know the story already. But they just get into this fucking heated, like, bickering argument that, like, goes nowhere. And it's just like pointless. And then like fucking Alicia and Tanisha are just like eating the popcorn, eating the whipped cream. Ugh. My God. I love Tanisha very much. Alicia, I don't really give a fuck about, but my god, how can you eat that shit, ladies? Whipped cream goes on a pie or a sundae, not with popcorn. M&Ms might go with popcorn, but ew, ugh, my stomach's hurting just thinking about that shit. Disgusting. Back to Paula and Shannon. Honestly, I think they're wrong. They're both wrong because they're bickering about something that they were both wrong about in the first place, you know? And like I said, it's not really going anywhere. They're both fake and hard asses, hard headed. It's just like they don't clash. Two people like that just don't work. And it's just, like I said, it's going nowhere. And then all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, fucking Nancy jumps in and starts going off about how Shannon's fake, da 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 da. It's just, I don't know what she's really saying. There are subtitles in some of it, it's not making much sense. She gets in Shannon's face and Shannon just fucking grabs her and just like flings her little ass over the security guard. I was fucking laughing my ass off when that happened. It's just like, she's that monkey that does not want to stop. She just keeps going. It's like a chihuahua and it has like rabies or some shit. She's flinging in the air, like heels are on the ground, and it's like, honey, honestly, why are you trying to fight Shannon? She's a wall compared to you. Like, I don't know. Were you gonna bite her ankles or some shit? But they take her to the back, and then Paula and Shannon go at it again. They're not fighting. They're just arguing, you know. And it kind of simmers down a little bit, and then Rocky's on Shannon's lap, you know, they're laughing, she's balancing and stuff, and they bring Nancy back out, and Nancy just has her eyes on Shannon, and then she just goes after her, and Rocky kind of pushes her to the side. I don't know, it's all fucking messy. Again, I don't even know why she's even trying. Everything finally pipes the fuck down for a little bit, you know. I mean, for a little bit. And they finally, Tanisha finally gets to Rocky and asks her about her experience and shit like that, and she says she handled it pretty well. Fucking A, she handled it. The girl had like beer, liquor, and fucking cans being thrown at her face, hair pulled and shit. My god, she literally is tough as fucking nails. I love that girl. I love you, Rocky. But then they eventually bring out Jen. My god, she looked like a cheap ass flea market Barbie doll. Seriously, like it just looked horrible. What the fuck was she wearing? This is like WWE or some shit with skinny bitches. Come on, honey. Like, I just wish some of these girls knew how to dress. It was like Hello Kitty on acid to me. That's exactly what it was like. Right away, Jen just takes off her shoes and shit. She's getting in Shannon's face, and then Shannon's talking about this fucking Hot Pocket. My god, what is up with the Hot Pocket? Let it go. My god, ladies. Did nobody take their mind all this morning? And then all of a sudden, Jen decides to drop a low blow, and it's just like, you got your car repoed, and just hold the fucking show. Why are you bringing up this girl's financial problems in the first place? So what? If she bought the Hot Pocket, leave it alone. Let it go. Like, why is this argument over a Hot Pocket? I don't even know why I'm even getting into it. But now it goes into part 3 of the reunion. The girls are going at it, Shannon and Jen, I mean, and they start fighting. Jen's doing this, you know, looking like a little fucking T-Rex and shit. They get broken apart, of course, and they show a clip of when Nancy goes after Rocky, you know, so they go away from the whole Jen situation for a little bit. It's mostly just about how everybody was going after Rocky for a while. They go back to the whole fucking Hot Pocket situation. I'm tired of this Hot Pocket. This Hot Pocket, like, I don't think the Hot Pocket even got eaten. It eventually calms down enough to where they let Shamrock back on the stage to sit a little bit, while at the same time letting Nikki out. Nikki comes out and is like, I'm confused, where's Valentina? And she's right away, she's like, I need to know, did Valentina get sucker punched and stuff like that? When she finds out that Shannon pretty much just attacked her, Nikki's like, oh no, I came here alone, that's fucked up, you're all about anti-bully this, and oh my god, can't you just like shut up, Nikki, and just understand that Valentina got what she deserved? She's even like going as far as like almost picking a little fight with Tanisha. Like, stop it. That's like Jen against Shannon. it's not gonna work out well. Tanisha eventually just tells everybody to shut up, while at the same time Jen's off to the side pulling up her hair. Things are quiet for a second, then Jen just goes after Shannon. It's just like, she needs Cesar Millan in her life. You know, put her down, shush in her face. Things calm down again, and we get to see Nikki's side of the story, you know, why she ended up leaving the house. And it was very unfortunate that she left the house like that, you know. But at the same time, she admitted, you know what, I'm not a bad girl. I probably wasn't even supposed to be casted for this season. I'm doing better things for myself now. You know, I'm proud of her. Good for her. But then, like, this is, like, where it actually kind of gets nice for once, you know, because I'm actually getting to hear everybody's story, yet they're arguing, but they're not fighting, they're not screaming and shit like that. They're actually, like, high voice talking, I guess that's what I would call it. But then all of a sudden, Valentina decides she's gonna come back out, and every single sentence that comes out of her mouth ends with, Shamrock, they're punks, they're whack, da 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 da. I'm just like, oh god. Honey, you got your ass handed to you. What makes you think that you can all of a sudden, like, be the top bitch? Did they give you some fucking morphine while you were back there? Because it's the only reason why I think you're probably all upbeat now. She's all acting like nothing fucking happened. Like, she's the real bitch. Whatever. And it all eventually goes back to about who jumped who, and then who's fake and who's not, and about Alicia and Valentina jumping on Rocky, and then eventually goes all the way back to the very first couple episodes when Alicia gets pissed off at Shannon for the first time and how she doesn't know shit about fucking loyalty. And then it goes from that to when Shannon called Valentina Kut Kente. And supposedly the shit has already been let go. We didn't obviously see that. But we all know that Shannon's not a racist. I mean, we all have our moments where we say things that are just really, really fucked up. But then at the end of the day, we're like, okay, yeah, I fucked up right there. So it's not about pride anymore. We have to apologize because we know that's not who we are. So Shannon did the right thing. Good for her. I'm just glad that they squashed that shit, you know. But it goes from that to saying like, oh, who's bullying who now? And then Jen and Nikki just start kind of blabbering at each other, and Jen's all waving her hands everywhere, and Nikki's telling her to stop, and then Nikki just hits her square in the face. And then it cuts to commercial, and I'm just like, what the fuck? We got 15 minutes left in this episode. We're still missing another girl. But when the commercial comes back, my god, that was like a legit fucking fight. That was awesome. Like, they get broken apart for a second, and then they go at it again. It's like an episode of Jerry Springer. There's even a weave in Nikki's hand. It was awesome. And then Nikki decides, you know what, I'm out, I'm done, I'm gonna go. And Shannon decides, you know what, let's go too. We did our part. And I agree. They went and they did their part. They said what they had to say. And now it's time to go home. It's over and done with. So, and good for them. Nikki, I hope you're doing well with your nursing shit. Shannon and Rocky, I love you girls. I'm gonna miss y'all. But finally, last but not least, they bring out the drunken monkey, Jenny. My god, this poor girl got her ass handed to her. I felt so bad for her. As much as I was like just annoyed by her, I felt bad. It's even more funny because she saw herself and she wanted to run away, you know, she was embarrassed and she even wanted to tell herself to shut up. I mean, it's kind of refreshing when a person admits that they're that annoying to where they don't even, like, that's how they actually feel, you know? And she was even admitting to, like, being drunk at the reunion. My god, this girl's gonna have a fucked up liver and fucked up kidneys when she gets older. Poor thing. It starts to really get to me when Alicia and Valentina apologize to her and she accepts. My god, that was fucked up. You got your ass handed to you. It was brutal, it was nasty, and you're just gonna accept the apology? Oh, honey, you're too soft. Way, way too soft. You're like a plush Pokemon doll. But before they actually come to a closing, Tanisha decides to bring up the whole thing about how Nancy didn't want to sit next to Alicia. And supposedly Alicia's been talking shit about Nancy, calling her ratchet and all this thing, and Paula decides to jump in on the conversation saying that other girls have mentioned this before too. And Alicia starts talking and Paula just raises her voice. She's like, can I just say what I want to fucking say? And it's funny. She explains it to her, and then all of a sudden it just goes in the opposite direction, and they just, like, Alicia and Nancy just hug it out. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't... I'm bored now, you know? All of a sudden Alicia brings out like a cake for Valentina or something. It's her birthday, and it ends with a food fight. My God, this reunion did not go anywhere. I didn't get to hear your stories. I didn't get to hear jack shit. But revenge was definitely served. I just wish Alicia would have gotten her ass beat some more. But oh well. Here comes season 11. God, I wasn't sure when I first saw the teaser how I was going to feel about this season. Other than the girl Teresa, I'm really liking her for some reason. And I haven't even seen the season yet. But it looks like these fucking girls deliver. So I'm excited about this shit coming midsummer. But we'll see what happens until then. I'll see y'all next summer for next Bad Girls Club season 11. Bye!